Yo, what's happening everyone? It's your boy here, Abdurrahim, back again with another great amazing tech video. Well, the video of today, it's all about the mouse. Well, you know me guys, I love gaming mouse. Let me be honest, gaming mouse are dope mouse ever since I put my hands on them, because I usually use those normal Logitech mouse. Been using this bad boy in a couple of years past, but I'll tell you why since I actually changed into a gaming mouse. So I firstly purchased this kind of bad boy in way 2018. I remember 2018 we had this bad boy in the house and it was so amazing. The A5 mouse did a great job up to today. Sustainability of the battery is still the same. To be honest, I never seen any kind of cutoff of a battery in my usage. I just find it's way more convenience, but the only thing which can drain your battery, it's all about the RGB and stuff, which RGB sometimes we use it, sometimes we don't. So I find it's so quite amazing using this mouse. So this kind of mouse has a lot of functionality. So there's buttons here which are so great, which you cannot map them, but these kind of buttons, they're back and forward, which all of them together. There's a changing of lighting if you want to change the lighting of RGB, which is perfect. It's so much great using this A5 gaming mouse, which it's quite amazing, and it's not that much expensive. It's just costing for $25, which is a little bit more worth it. Now let's jump into a bad boy, which is A7, which is a new model of A5. So I thought that let's just put it on hands so as I can see it and share with you guys my experience on the A7 gaming mouse, what it is and how much it is being captured. Packed in on the box with the A7 gaming mouse, a USB, which actually I'll talk about it. Paperwork, which is from esports. Let me talk about this USB. Actually, this USB, it's all about, it's so tiny USB, it's not that much longer, so it's just like this way. So I guess it's almost like some few centimeters, I guess, like almost like 30 or 45 centimeters. So it's not that much great having this kind of USB. Esports, please, you might be producing a better USB which is more good compared to this one. Let's jump into our mouse. Whew, voila, there we're having it. So as you can see guys, this is something which is so great about the A7 mouse. It's so much more elegant. There is no comparison between the A5 and A7. They're just some minor kind of upgrades, but the outlook, it's quite different. Let's be honest, the outlook is very different to the A5, and heads to heads with the A5 there is a little bit quite difference when it comes to the material wise and the button wise. But the only thing which is downside, which I kind of like feeling it's not that much authentic, it's all about button. They try to change it or twist it around, giving it different feel from the A7 to the A5, because we all know that A5 was the firstborn and the A7 is the more upgraded one, which I find it's more great. And you have the same fluidity of changing the RGB of the A7 with buttons. So the power button, it's here somewhere here down. You can just flip it and you can turn it on. The more you turn it on, it starts to do the RGB and stuff. But the only downside compared to the A7 and the A5, you cannot control the RGB. The RGB from the A7, it does everything automatically. But from the A5, you can control with this button somewhere here. You can just press it and it changes into different kind of RGB, which I find it's more convenience. But on the A7, you won't get that. But same frequency from the A5 and A7 is just the same. And these are clicky buttons on somewhere here, the back and forward. There's a clicky button, while on the A5 there is no any clicky button. It's just silent, which I find it on the A5 is more better compared to the A7. So there's quite bigger difference on the A5 to the A7 because they try keeping it more minimalistic, I can say, but how it looks like, how you can use it is just the same. 2.4 gigahertz of wireless transmission, which is quite amazing. The battery, it's anonymous still. They never mention any capacity of the battery, but to me, since I was using it, I can tell you this stays with battery. It stays for almost like 5 days up to I'm charging it again, or almost like 6 days. But if you turn on this kind of RGB and stuff, lightning so many times, the battery drains very quickly. You might be charging it again for almost like 3 days again, but for almost using it without the RGB on, it stays longer with the battery, and it's so amazing, which I find it's quite useful using the gaming mouse. But the difference between all of them, they're quite a little bit the same, but the only thing is the shape and more enhancement. So these kind of bad boys, all of them too, they're costing for almost $25 each. There's just the same price tag, so you might be getting them throughout AliExpress. And this video of today is not sponsored by AliExpress, but it's really kind of amazing stuff to put my hands on A5 gaming, which they're budget mouse to afford and use them on your arsenal. Another kind of stuff is all about the DPI. The DPI is just sounding the same, though from this side there's minus and plus, while this one is just DPI, normal DPI. So there's a minus and plus, but this one it's just normal DPI, which I find it's a little bit kind of irritating for the A7. I wish they could just keep it DPI only instead of having a plus and minus, because it has only 3 modes of DPI from A7. So I find it's not quite bad. Still, it's quite great. Another kind of stuff, they decided to remove this kind of plate at the back. Now there's actually a plate at the back here on the A5. So if you remove this kind of stuff, there is a mouse dongle which stays here. They decided to remove that on the A7 and keep it a little bit more just removable. You just remove it and there's a hole somewhere remains, which, yeah, it's not bad, but I find they could just stick with the A5. I kind of loving it the way you can just have this kind of stuff here with this lid, which it's not actually a lid, but it's an opening and closing plastic, which it's more great because you need to close this stuff. It doesn't need to be open every now and then. That's my perspective though. So this is an A5 and A7 gaming mouse, which is so robust and it's so amazing. Using it's so much amazing because it's so much fluidity. It's so much great. The buttons are not clicky, they're a little bit more silent, and the clicky buttons, they're all silent. Even the A5, I'm not complaining anything, it's just the same, which is quite impressive using this mouse. I kind of like loving it as my daily mouse, and yeah, this is A7 gaming mouse. So let me know in the comments down below what you're thinking about this kind of gaming mouse. Is it something interesting for you, or you're like, man, I'm sticking with that kind of normal mouse which I'm used to? But let me be honest, if you switch to gaming mouse, there's a bigger difference than using the normal mouse. You'll never get disappointed. But the A5 and A7 mouse, they're so robust, it's worth it to purchase them and worth it to change in your arsenal. If you're using the normal ordinary mouse, this one, they're mostly great and amazing. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed on this kind of amazing tech video. Let me know in the comments down below what you're thinking, and last but not least, I'll be catching you guys on the next one. As always, stay sharp and creative, and kudos. Peace.